In 1972, BMW AG published a document for the German market called the Einfahrvorschrift. In plain terms, the engine break-in specification. It was 11 pages long. It contained precise instructions for how a new BMW engine should be operated during its first 1,200 miles, with specific RPM limits by mileage range, specific load restrictions, and specific warm-up procedures. The document required a mandatory oil change at exactly 900 miles. It existed in German, French, and Italian. It did not exist in an English-language edition. It was never translated for the North American or UK markets. By 1985, the German-language edition had been reduced to a single paragraph in the owner's manual. By 1998, it had been replaced by 3 sentences: avoid full throttle and vary your speed. Avoid very low RPM in high gear. Those 3 sentences survive in every BMW manual today. The 11-page Einfahrvorschrift does not. What was removed adds significantly to the engine lifespan. Between 50,000 and 120,000 miles to the functional lifespan of any BMW engine. It costs nothing to implement. It requires only knowledge and time. This is the truth behind the suppression. The removal of the detailed specification from export markets was not an engineering decision. It was commercial. In 1974, BMW's service development team conducted an internal review of warranty claim patterns. They found vehicles whose owners followed the break-in produced measurably fewer warranty claims in the drivetrain. Correct break-in produced more durable engines. This outcome was commercially negative in 2 ways. First, it reduced dealer service visits in the warranty period, a period of high relationship revenue. Second, it created pressure to maintain complexity across all exported markets, a logistics cost with no margin. The decision was framed internally as a simplification for customer convenience. Longevity was the trade-off. In German fleet circles, it has been understood for 50 years as the decision that shortened engine life. The Einfahrvorschrift continued to be taught in BMW's vocational training centers in Bavaria until the early 1990s. The retired master technicians who trained under it still use it for every engine they own today. A new engine contains cylinder bores, piston rings, and bearing surfaces machined to tolerance but not stabilized. Machining produces microscopic surface peaks, in engineering terms asperities, that project above the nominal surface. These peaks must be worn down to create a stable surface geometry before the engine operates under full load. This is called controlled asperity removal. It is the actual mechanical event that breaking in an engine accomplishes. The critical variable is the rate and conditions under which this removal occurs to produce smoothness. Controlled removal under moderate varying load produces a stable surface where particles are fine enough for oil. Uncontrolled removal occurs when an engine is subjected to high load, high RPM, or extreme thermal cycles. This produces coarser material removal, leaves a less regular geometry, and embeds metal particles in surfaces. An engine that experiences this in its first 300 miles carries that damage for its entire lifespan. No subsequent oil change removes it. The geometry is set. This defines the next 200,000 miles. A 2009 study by the Society of Tribologists analyzed cylinder bore surface topography in matched engine pairs. It found a 31% difference in bore roughness between the 2 groups at 3,000 miles. In German fleet maintenance circles, it has been understood for 50 years as the decision that shortened the engine's lifespan. This is the complete protocol reconstructed from BMW vocational training materials and independent technician accounts. It costs nothing to implement. Phase 1 covers 0 to 300 miles. Maximum RPM is 3,500. No sustained highway cruising. Vary engine load and RPM continuously. Do not hold a fixed position. No towing, no roof rack, no aggressive acceleration. The engine must reach full operating temperature first. Minimum 190 degrees Fahrenheit coolant temperature before any load above 2,500 RPM is applied. On cold starts, idle for 90 seconds minimum before moving. Initiate controlled asperity removal across all surfaces. Phase 2 covers 300 to 600 miles. Maximum RPM is 4,500. Highway driving permitted. but with mandatory RPM variation. Do not hold cruise control. Every 10 minutes of driving, vary RPM. This changes the oil film pressure dynamics, ensuring asperity removal progresses uniformly across the full area. Phase 3 covers 600 to 900 miles. Maximum RPM is 5,500. Normal driving permitted. With one restriction: no wide-open throttle for more than 5 seconds consecutively. Ring flutter must be prevented. The engine is approaching geometric stabilization. This restriction prevents ring flutter and embedded debris in grooves. Geometric stabilization is the priority. The mandatory oil change comes at exactly 900 miles, not later. At 900 miles, regardless of the service monitor. This is the most important maintenance event in life. The oil contains asperity material removed from every bearing surface. This must be removed before entering Phase 4. Use BMW Long Life Certified 5W30. Do not use a flushing agent. Standard drain and fill. Enter Phase 4. Normal driving permitted. Full throttle permitted for brief intervals. The engine is stabilized and debris has been cleared. What remains is the surface geometry that will define your internal wear rate for the entire operational lifespan. A Volkswagen fleet operator in Nuremberg has used a documented variation of this protocol for every vehicle since 1982. Their fleet records show a consistent pattern over a 40-year period. The average interval before first engine intervention is 178,000 miles. The German market average is approximately 112,000. The difference is 66,000 miles of additional life. At commercial maintenance cost rates, that difference represents approximately $14,000 to $22,000 in deferred replacement repair. The Einfahrvorschrift was removed from documentation before most of you were born. Its removal was a commercial decision, made by people who understood its value precisely and understood that its value was incompatible with authorized revenue. Every BMW sold left the factory capable of reaching 250,000 miles. Knowledge is your only tool. How many reach that mark depends entirely on what the owner knew during the first 1,500. Drop your mileage. The next vault covers the $0 hidden BMW diagnostic mode, accessible in 14 seconds from the driver's seat. Subscribe.